troublemaker. I've been a late-night player. I've been broke as a joke. I've been a money maker. I've been a record breaker. Taking credit as an educator. I've been known to spit the flows and make it shaky, shaky thing. Popping, lock, and stop and let it hang. Watch us as we drop this hip-hop, it's like it stings. We make a whole room drop and everybody sing. We want the funk. We gotta have that funk. We kick it old school. We think we're so cool. We take it back to the past. We gonna act a fool. Enough jumps, the middle finger make my yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Sports Buzz, the Fan-atical View. I am your host, Scott D. Lewis, here live in studio, Comcast Cable, Channel 23, downtown Danbury, Connecticut, on this sweltering, hazy, hot and humid July 14th. More like horrific, horrendous, and
rain shower
horrible.
before we came in.
Yeah, the rain hopefully cools things off because it was
Steamy today.
Unpleasant out there today. Not nice at all.
No.
But we are here live until 7 o'clock, 6:30 to 7 in our usual time slot, getting back in the groove. Still feeling the vibe from that big 200th episode weeks ago. And you can hear the docile sounds of my right-hand man, Mr. Bob Broad Jr., who has returned. How you doing there, Bob?
Doing good.
Got a nice photo of you here on opening day from the Westerners season, which is rapidly running away with us.
Yes. It's
30
slowly.
games in.
Yeah.
They're fighting for a playoff spot. We'll see. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, Bob's show. Bob is back, and his show is still going strong. Spotlight on Tuesday nights at 9, Wednesdays at 12, and I think Westerners Roundup shows are finally coming through.
Yes, they are.
Working out some kinks with the opening credits.
Yes, we are. Spotlight On has been on hiatus for the last few weeks, but hopefully to get a new one up next week.
And Westerners Roundup, when is that on?
It's on right before us.
Oh, so next week will be the first one?
Yes, it will.
So 6 to 6:30, Westerners Roundup. So sure, turn on the TV at 6 o'clock, watch a little Westerners Roundup, then keep the channel locked, as it were, and catch up with the sports buzz. Mike Toohey is in the control room running things. He's got a little help in there, but his show Expose Cinema, Friday nights at 9, Wednesdays at 1. And Jenna the Jokester is back. Should we just get right to it? Speaking of times,
go ahead.
We're talking about times. She's got a joke here. And there she is. And as a matter of fact, she's wearing the same shirt she has on in that picture, which was also on opening day with our very own Dave King, singing the Denver Westerners theme song. Dave King, the man who, behind the scenes here, gets a lot of stuff done. All right, so Jenna the Jokester. What time is it when the big elephant sits on the fence?
I don't know. What time is it when the big elephant sits on the fence?
It is time to buy a new fence.
Okay. On to the next thing.
So the phone lines are open, 203-792-4101. We are efforting, waiting, hoping that one Joe Met Cosmo Argentina, Shaboo, one of our longtime callers, who also is a children's book author, we're hoping he calls in during the show. We're hoping he calls in early to talk about his children's book, which has been turned into a children's musical many years ago. We talked about this even on the...
Speaking of which, I think I hear a phone ringing now.
We talked about this during the 200th episode. 2007, one of the early productions I was involved with here on Comcast, Shalamazoo, the musical, which took place at the Ives Center. All right, let's see. This button never works.
Never worked. Oh.
Hello? Did I hang up on him?
Okay, Joe, would you please call back?
This phone, it's unbelievable. All you press the button and it works. When somebody calls, you press the button, it doesn't work.
So please call back again and we will... Technical
anyways,
difficulties.
Shalamazoo, the musical, is going on this weekend, Friday night, tomorrow night. Hopefully they don't get rained out. 7 o'clock at the Ives Center.
Well, that's supposed to be decent tomorrow.
Decent tomorrow. Saturday, they have two shows, 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I'll be down there filming both of those, so I'm hoping it's not super hot. It's $15 for tickets and $10 for kids under 12. And the play is somewhat interactive. Performers do enter into the crowd during part of the show.
Actually get part of the show with the fans.
They bring kids up on the stage. They get the kids involved for part of it. There's a big building of a castle that goes on, and there we saw some of the cast members. Joe's not calling back. Is he going to call back? He's not on the phone, is he?
No.
All right, let's talk about the Westerners, Bob, while we wait for Joe to hopefully call back.
Okay.
Westerners coming in at 14-16.
Yes, we were.
They had a bit of a downturn last week or so. Lost a bunch of games in a row, but they did recover with that big 16-2 victory over Wincosaukee Muskrats the other day to end that losing streak. But still, they find themselves at 14-16. Joe, just call back. Joe, he's texting me as we talk. Talk about the Westerners, Joe. Bob.
We have finally got that 13 off our back, so we finally have a 14th win, which we've been going 3 years since we haven't gotten that win, which is a big help.
Right.
And our whole coaching staff has done a tremendous job this year.
Well, it's the new coach.
Oh.
I wonder if I can just answer. Hello?
Hello!
Hello, Mr. Joe Shaboo. Joe
Hi,
Jet
Joe.
Met Cosmo Argentina. How you doing there, Joe? Sorry we hung up on you.
That was the most old person's music there. I didn't understand that music.
I don't know. What music did you hear?
Well, it was nice music. It would be, more than able.
So, all right, we are on the eve of Shalamazoo the musical tomorrow night. I've been talking to you a little bit about it, and you're getting kind of nervous about the rehearsals. Are they ready, Joe?
Everyone's ready. It's going to be a fantastic show. I'm going to rehearsal right now. Everyone's ready to go. Full costume tonight.
Full costume, full final walkthrough with the wardrobe and everything. Everybody's all psyched, and they know their lines?
Over the fence know their lines. This isn't a rookie operation.
All right, tell us a little bit about it. So 2007, Ives Center put it on, but before that, the show itself had gone to, the Edinburgh Castle in the Fringe Festival in 2001, all the way back in 2001. So the musical's been around, and Western Connecticut has really been working with you for a while with this. Tell us a little bit about it, Joe.
2001, Craig Herbert came to me and asked me if I could write my book into a musical. I stretched it out a little bit, put some characters to life, and that Western would take it over to the Edinburgh Festival for that year. So that was August of 2001, and it took a couple tries, and then bam, we've had a good time with it. And then within a couple of Ives Center, we're doing it this year again. That's 2008 was the last time we were on that stage. So it's really nice. It's just a good feeling. I think it's great.
And Joe was surprised this year. I mentioned this. I don't know if I talked about it on air, but how about that this year, Joe? They call you out of the blue and ask you if you want to have the show be put back on July 15th, and you tell them, well, that's my birthday. I think that would be great, right?
Yeah, that is going to be a fun day. I'm going to go get a cake and have it backstage for everybody. So it'll be fun.
A little birthday cake backstage for the Friday night show, 7 o'clock, down at the Ives Center. Go on down and check it out. They're going to be having a good time. When did you write the book, Joe?
I started the book when I was 19 and it got published through Purple Pig Publishing, which was my family. And what year was that? God, they're all getting to be blended together. Mm-hmm. What was that? 2000. It was published in 2000.
2000. And we're rolling a bunch of pictures here. We see one. I put one up of Mateo helping out with the flag. I also got a shot here of the age-old question: are you a mulb or are you an olb?
Age-old question.
That is the pending question, and in today's society right now, I think people should just come together and ask the question: are you a mulb or a bulb? Maybe we're all just olbs, right, Joe?
Could be. I'm not sure, but in the end, I think that's basically what's going on.
And there we got a nice shot of Joe, kind of in costume. This, I think, was from Halloween a few years back with Andreas dressed up as a police officer.
I remember that one.
Jenna would like to know.
All right, hold on. We got a question. I got a question from Bob coming from his daughter, Jenna, who is here in studio.
She wants to know how many books has he written and where can you get them?
How many books have you written and where can you get those books, Joe?
Everything is personal. Send me your address, anything like that. Used to be available in stores, which it is, but all those fulfillment houses. But everyone's just trying to like take everyone else's money, I think, at that level. So we keep the prices low and just get a hold of me and be happy to deliver if I'm around town. But
Shalamazoo.com we have up here on the screen, right? Is that the best way to reach you?
Yeah, Shalamazoo.com is up and running now, so that has PayPal service for books, and I'll, if you send me a note, I can personalize it, sign it to anybody. It'd be nice.
I know plenty of people out there who have autographed copies of Shalamazoo, including myself. So if you go to Shalamazoo.com, Joe, they can purchase the book right there, and also, can they contact you directly via email? Is there an email address for you on that site?
Joe Shaboo at Shalamazoo.com.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Joe Shaboo at Shalamazoo.com.
Okay.
Brand new, hot off the press.
Nice. And what about you have another book, the Bubblegum, who's that one?
Maggie Magoo and the Bubblegum Degummer.
What is it?
The Bubblegum Degummer.
Oh.
Maggie Magoo and the Bubblegum Degummer.
I think my daughter will like that.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to Joe, and maybe I'll try to get some autographed copies. You guys should go down to the Ives Center, Bob. Bring the kids. It's really a great show.
Unfortunately,
it
this
is a great
weekend...
show. We'll have books down here all weekend. So,
I'll see if I can get the kids some copies. All right. Well, you want to tell us a little bit about the backstory, the actual story of Shalamazoo, Joe? You want to tell the people what the story is about?
Well, the story is really just about the beginning of time, and kind of like I figured if I'm going to write a book, I might as well try to start somewhere at the beginning, and so that was 15 years of place to start, and it kind of grew from there. And I think what it grew into was just the fact that there's a match. There's we don't do this alone on this planet, and it's kind of what happens after that. Gets a little chaotic because then, of course, civilization grows from the then all kinds of things happen. And I think what happens at the end is just the fact that you got to be happy. I think to get through anything that may be a difficult situation, we could kind of get the brighter side of things, especially with today's news like that. Just bring this all together, and it seems like a heavy concept for to talk about as far as children, but the kids are really the ones you got to go to, and you got to just try to. That's how I always believed it.
I remember very well many years ago, one of my nieces, Emily, when she was young, she was in school, and they were asked, "What is your favorite book?" And she quickly wrote down Shalamazoo. So kids love this book. It's a great book. You touched on it, Joe.
It's amazing,
You touched on it a little bit with you were just saying, but happiness, and really in the book, the healing power of laughter, right, Joe?
Yes, the healing power of laughter. Pretty much, it's a discovery thing, but it also the play allows me to kind of poke a little humor into being a human, into being a person, and. These characters called olds, and and why are they molds and bolts, and a lot of questions
in the control room. I can hear it.
Why do things happen the way they do, and it's kind of neat to explain it to them with happiness as a goal.
And the play is interactive. Kids will be involved in the play. They bring kids up onto the stage during parts of the show, if I remember correctly, and they go out into the crowd.
Invited up, great. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you bring your kids down there, they're going to be part of the show as well. They're not going to just be sitting there watching and enjoying, which is great, but they also get to be part of the show. And the previous cast members, and I'm sure this new cast is going to be great as well. They did a great job interacting with all the kids in the crowd, and it's always been a thrill to see the kids' reaction when they get brought onto the stage and get to be part of the show as it goes on.
Yeah, there's lots of fun tricks. All the characters are all interacting with the kids on stage. It's really, really neat because the actors, great direction. It's just they do their own. They grow into their own role with these characters. It's amazing what they do with it, by just choice.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that the rehearsals are moving along fine, and you guys are going to be ready for a big show tomorrow night, and everybody's going to do a great job. I'll be there Saturday all day for both episodes, or both shows. I mean, I'm not even going to mention rain as a possibility, but the show goes on because it's underneath the gazebo, right? If it rains on Saturday, we don't got to worry about that, right, Joe?
Right. It's underneath the gazebo.
All right. Here's the other big question, Joe. Has the Argentinian contingent recovered yet?
Oh, yeah. It takes 12 days of national mourning every loss,
For those who don't know, I mean, if you follow the show, you probably do know, Joe's wife is Argentinian and a huge...
Actually, she plays left back for the men's team. She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really?
She has been in mourning ever since the Messi miss and then the sudden retirement from international soccer.
Yeah,
from the
I've given up
international team.
everything. Breathing is all I do.
Crazy. All right, well, we wish her well. And
enough about that. I have a question for you.
Okay, what do you got?
Mike and the Mad Dog, no Hall of Fame? What's going on?
A little surprising. I got to look into that, Joe. I don't really understand why they... I do listen to Boomer and Carton in the morning, and I love that show. Carton, of course, has an ongoing feud with Francesa, rightly so. I'm not a big fan of Mike as he stands alone with his show. I stopped listening to him a long time ago, but Mike and the Mad Dog is the all-time greatest sports show ever. So I'm not really sure what the situation
you know what
is.
it is. I know. I think it's because I heard their fan base didn't support him enough.
Well, Mike has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, he has.
I mean, what's that?
Well, it's been a while since the show's been off the air.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it's a Hall of Fame. You don't vote for people when they're on the air. You vote for people after their careers are over.
Right.
They both still have careers going, but that show is over. So I don't really...
Good point.
You know what I mean? And but I think a lot of it has to do with Francesa, the Pope. A lot of people don't like him anymore. He's just a loudmouth, braggadocious jerk.
Oh, my God. Mic'd up right here.
Mic'd up.
Yeah.
Anyways, they are legends in the business.
One last question, then I got to go if you don't mind.
I don't mind. What do you got?
Rose, yes or no?
What is it? What's the question?
Is he in or is he out?
Who?
Pete Rose.
Oh, Pete Rose?
Pete Rose?
No, he's out.
I would.
Okay.
I mean, most of his artifacts are already in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think he'll ever get it.
I don't think. Bob's saying kind of what I think. I mean, if you go to the Hall of Fame, you will see acknowledgments of his, his statistical career and the achievements he had. But him himself, he gambled on baseball. I'm not in the camp that thinks he should get into the Hall of Fame.
Well, I think we gotta forgive a little bit. Get the guy in before he goes.
It might happen after he is.
After he goes.
That may change, but I don't know about right now.
I don't know. I mean, I understand the forgiveness thing, but I don't know. That's rule number one. Don't bet on the game. It's in every locker room as soon as you walk in, on the wall. So.
All right. Anything else you got for me?
Are you concerned about your Mets with the injuries and everything else?
No, the Mets always come back. If it's not this year, it's going to be some year.
Hey, we'll get back to the playoffs.
All right, I do have another question, Joe. Speaking of theatrics, I've been talking to one David Suero, our former director, El Diablo. He wants me to write a prequel to the film Son of a Bush, which Joe starred in. So the question is, Joe, can you make yourself look younger 8 years after we did that film?
Hey, you can do a lot with
as
makeup.
One of the show titles in Shalamazoo states, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Right from the book,
Yes.
Shalamazoo. All right, Joe, we were glad that you called in. We're sorry we hung up on you. We got about 10 minutes less than that left in the show. We're going to touch on a couple sporting things, and we're going to finish this baby off. But we will see you this weekend. Good luck tomorrow night, and happy birthday.
Yeah, take care, Joe. Have a good one.
And thanks again.
You got it, Joe. Take care. Joe Shaboo.
Yeah.
Joe Jet Met.
Mr. Mike, the Met Maniac McFadden's in the studio.
Oh, Met Maniac has arrived.
Yes.
I'm glad we got Joe on there. Shalamazoo, it's a great play. I've seen it a few times myself. I think I'm going to put a link to the 2007 production up on the Sports Buzz page. Share that over the Facebook.
Huh?
It's on YouTube if you want to see it. And remember, shalamazoo.com is where you go for information about trying to obtain the book. All right, so we touched on the Westerners. I'm just going to go through the standings real quick. 14 and 16, fourth place, Bob. They are ahead of New Bedford Bay Sox 12 and 15, Plymouth Pilgrims 12 and 16. So they're what, two games up on them basically?
Yes, they're 2 games below 500.
And they're 4 games. They're in fourth place, so they are in the playoffs. The Mystic Shooters and the Ocean State Waves tied for first at 17-11. Newport Gulls 2 up on them at 16 and 14 in third. So
there's a game on
do we have
Saturday.
that schedule, Mike? Can we get that picture up there? If you got that, that would be good to take a quick look at.
And there's a 4-game homestand next week.
4 games, Tuesday through Friday. We got to make hay at home because the All-Star game is this weekend.
Yes. Wednesday, I know, is Jimmy Fun night. And then we have Snyder reunion night on Friday night down there.
All right, DanburyWesterners.com as well. You go there, NECBL.com as well if you want to find out the standings. They got all the information there. And they got, what, did you say 6 players going to the All-Star game?
6 players.
I know 2 of their pitchers are in the top 5 in ERA. Ryan Tislani at 1.97 and Will John at 2.56.
Yes. Will's a local. He's from South Salem, New York.
Which one, Will?
Will.
Nice. And what about this guy, the big hitter, Giovanni Ding Kong?
Ding Kong. He is from...
Ding Dong with the 6 home runs. Ding Kong.
Yeah.
Who's the guys on WestCon making that call? WXCI?
Yeah. Oh yeah, WXCI is on every night, every home game.
Second in the league in home runs with 6. He's batting .309 with 18 RBIs as well.
Yep.
Phone line you see right there, 203-792-4101. Not much time left in the show if you want to call. All right, the All-Star break was this weekend.
What we got left?
The AL won at 4-2. It was the Kansas City Royals doing damage to Terry Collins managed Mets with the home run by Hosmer and Salvador Perez for the 4-2 win.
That was a long run.
The one thing I'll say about the game, Bob, I did watch a lot of the first 5 innings. What is with the 5-hour commercial breaks?
Oh, I don't know. That's ridiculous.
I mean, I was trying actually for once to get into the game. I was like, I'm going to watch the All-Star game this year. There were 7 Red Sox. It was David Ortiz's last go-around. You got Mookie Betts, Bogarts. You got all those guys, Jackie Bradley Jr. in there. And I'll tell you what I was doing. I was going back and forth. David Bowie's classic film, Ziggy Stardust, was on.
Right.
And I was going to that in the commercials. I mean, he was playing like full songs, and then starting another, I would go back, and it was still the same commercial break.
I know. It was a long commercial break.
Totally ridiculous. Bad job by baseball.
It's not like when like NASCAR, you continue watching the race as they do the commercials.
All right, I'm going to just mention Ortiz's numbers at the break. Can I interest you in a farewell tour at the age of 40 with the batting average of .332, 72 RBI, 22 home runs, 34 doubles.
Wow.
That's in the first half of the season. We got to move on. Your Mets are struggling with the injuries. Harvey's out. Syndergaard and Matt's playing hurt. You got Wright is still out. Is he done for the year?
I say so.
And of course, Daniel Murphy doing everything he can to
make our lives miserable.
The Nationals 54-36. The Mets tied for second, 47-41. The Red Sox in second place at 49-38. Yankees maybe salvaged their season with that 3 out of 4 against the Indians before the All-Star break. All right, I want to touch on some other thing in the last few minutes. The Euro Cup final took place this weekend. Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo hurt in the first 8 minutes of the game, tried to come back on and off the field twice afterwards. Finally, in the 24th minute, he was done for the day. In extra time, Portugal gets the goal. They win it 1-0 over France. The Tour de France is going on, and Christopher Froome, the defending champion, is still in the lead. Last week when we were here, he was down around 5th place. He is now taking over the lead in the Tour de France. Wimbledon wrapped up this past weekend as well. Serena Williams finally ties Steffi Graf with 22nd Grand Slam championships. She got it against Kerber on Saturday, and Andy Murray got his second title, winning against Milos. I thought Milos, wasn't he like some disgraced, can't play, fraudulent tennis pro from a Seinfeld episode?
Yeah.
Don't you remember that episode?
Yeah.
Milos.
Yeah.
And then he tried to save face by sending his wife over to Jerry's house.
Yeah.
And he was disgraced even further.
Yeah.
And Jerry had to lose to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's this Milos guy in the final of Wimbledon? He's a Canadian out of nowhere. I thought the guy in Seinfeld was from Russia or something. British Open started today, Bob. How about this?
Okay.
Phil Mickelson, the hefty lefty, shoots a 63.
Wow.
He's in the lead at -8. Second place is -5. 8 out of the top 11 players on the leaderboard are American.
Yeah, that's a first.
Sergio is at -3. Fowler and McIlroy at -2. Adam Scott -2. Spieth at even. Danny Willett, remember him from the Masters, is at even. Dustin Johnson, defending U.S. champion, at even. Jason Day +2. So Mickelson, and he had a chance to tie the record at 62 on 18 with a long putt for birdie, and he lipped it, rimmed it right around the cup. In, out, around, did not drop. He'll settle for a 63. Couldn't tie the record at 62 at Royal Troon. We will find out who wins the British Open this weekend, and we will talk about it next week.
I won't be here next Thursday.
Westerners, maybe we're going to get Bob to call in from location from Rogers Park. What do we think?
I'll try to do that.
It's been a while since we had you on satellite phone.
Yes. Yeah, last week I was away, unfortunately, but...
Yes, and we're happy you're back, and we know it was a tough couple weeks for you, Bob, and we hope everybody is doing better than they were last week at this time. Are we out of time?
We got about...
Oh, we have a little time left?
Like
all right,
bye-bye.
So then don't forget to head on down to the Ives Concert Park this weekend. They got a lot of good shows this year as well. The Reggae Fest is get their 5th annual. Bunny Wailer and Third World playing at that this year in August. 2 legends of reggae playing later in the year. But this weekend, it's all about one Joe Jet Met Team Argentina, Shaboo and Shalamazoo. We will see you next week. Take care.